Hi, Mike Storms here to talk to you about storm-proofing your finances. What we're going to talk about today about your money consciousness. What do you think about money? Do you think money's bad or money's evil or there's not enough money to go around or things are really scarce and the economy's never going to get better and things are horrible? If you operate under a scarcity mentality or a mentality of fear when it comes to money, you're going to repel it. You're going to chase opportunity away from you. When you think about your finances, you have to think about them in an abundant, hopeful, great future kind of way. The way to do that is to avoid watching the news and avoid hanging out with negative friends who are always griping about their bosses and griping about the economy and griping about people that are successful that have money. One of the greatest things I learned about 20 years ago was that if I would curse and make fun of or ridicule people that had the blessings I wanted, I was really disqualifying myself from them. Wow. That's a big thing to learn, that one of the greatest ways to create opportunities for yourself is to be a congratulatory, positive, grateful person towards everyone around you that's getting blessed. People at your workplace, people in your neighborhood, people in your family. So let's get back to our abundance mentality training. Make sure you're reading uplifting, inspiring things about the future. People say, the world's going to the devil. No, it's not. The world's going to be going to God, and we all know this, but we have to speak about it properly and act about it. I've actually heard people that I talk to in my office when I'm counseling them on their finances that they say they hate money. They're just no good with money. Money's always been a pain for them, always been a trouble. So they're blaming this inanimate object because of their inability to manage it or attract it and their inability to earn it because they're not thinking about it the right way. Now, those of you who listened to me before know I'm a big proponent of positive thinking. But positive thinking only gets the ball rolling. You still have to take positive actions. But as you're talking about your thought process about abundance and success, you have to create a mindset based on what you listen to, what you read, what you watch on TV, who you choose to hang around with, because that's all going to mold your words, your thoughts, and your feelings about success, about prosperity, and about abundance. When you're trying to establish a money consciousness, it's important to realize that money is neutral. Money can buy, $20 can buy a bottle of whiskey, or it can feed a person in Africa for a month. $20 can buy a knife to hold somebody up in a robbery, or it can buy a fine steak knife. The knives are neutral. It's what people do with it. The $20 is neutral. Whether it's buying booze, which of course is not good, or whether it's buying food for somebody in Africa, the $20 is doing something good. It's what it becomes once it's in somebody's hand and how they choose to use it as a tool. So when you're thinking about money, you got to get in alignment with your thinking that you having more money and being more successful isn't going to keep it from anybody else, and that everyone will earn to the degree that they provide a service. Let me talk about that for a minute. Our rewards in life and our achievements will be equal to our contributions. So if you really want to see your boss give you a raise, do more than you're being paid for at work. Show up 30 minutes early, take 15 minutes shorter lunch, stay 15, 20, 30 minutes after work, and do more. I always hear people griping, saying, well, Mike, I would do more if my boss would give me more money and give me a raise. That's like looking at a stove in a cabin and saying, give me heat and then I'll add the wood. You got to do extra work. You have to out-earn your position to be promoted and to get a raise. Now, when we think about it, it makes sense. Our kids have to earn the privilege before we give it to them. We have to earn more money and earn more abundance by our performance, by our attitudes and our actions before we're going to deserve it. And the sad thing is we're always getting the right results. People hate hearing that accountability statement, but you are always getting the results you're supposed to. 90% of the time. Sometimes things don't go our way, but we still got to get up, dust ourselves off, and keep moving. So remember to focus on abundance. There are plenty of opportunities out there for you. There are plenty ways for you to succeed, for you to grow. And always remember, the more you learn, the more you earn, and show up and do more. Higher quality work, a higher quantity of work, and with a great spirit and cheerful attitude wherever you go. And that'll help stormproof your finances and get you on the track to abundance and success. Thanks. Have a great day. Hi, Mike Storms here. Today I want to talk to you about storm-proofing your finances and kids and automobiles. Now, as you guys know, I got 4 kids, 2 boys and 2 girls, and I got 3 kids in college. Let me take a deep breath after I say that. And all 3 of the kids have cars. Now, I've had great mentors. I don't want you guys to think that I'm a perfect parent or I created all this content myself. I went on a mission probably about 25 years ago to find out stuff about finances and business and relationships and raising kids and being a better husband because nobody around me knew what they were doing and I had to get it straight. So when I tried to figure this stuff out with my kids, I went to men that I trusted in their 60s and 70s who had very successful adult kids. And I said, what is all this stuff with people buying their kids new cars when they're 15 and 16 and 17? And they advised me wisely on how to handle it, and this is what I recommend. When your kids begin to think about cars, for boys, it's when they're 5. Girls, maybe they're 10 or 12. What I want you to do is say, hey, here comes your Christmas money, your birthday money. How much of this would you like to put into your car account? And you start a savings account that's just labeled car. Now, what you let your kids know as from the time they're 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, they're saving for something special. When they get their jobs, when they're around 14, and they should be working at 14, even if it's just at a local grocery store, you wanted them to start putting away at least 50% of their paycheck for their car fund. And what we told our kids was, you go ahead and save $5,000 for your car, and we'll match it. Now, it can be $2,500 for your car, and we'll match it. That depends on your family circumstances and your goals. Our goal was to get our kids a 4-door, safe sedan with airbags. So both our sons got late model, used, 5, 6-year-old 4-door sedans with airbags. They saved $5,000, we matched $5,000, and then we bought them a $10,000 car with their money and our money. They also have to pay half of their car insurance and all their gas. And that's an important part of releasing responsibility to them slowly and letting them do that. One of the other things we're going to have on our site is a driving contract. It's important to make sure your kids know that a car is a privilege. If they get a speeding ticket, if they get in a wreck, if they ever have a drink, there are going to be consequences. So get them to save at least half of their car, maybe a third, depending on what you're thinking about doing. But they got to have some skin in the game, as they say. Make them more responsible. Teach them that you save long-term for important purchases and that you buy things used and you don't get a note when it comes to a car. Bad precedent to set. I know people have notes for their car their whole lives. That's something you want to train out of your kids that's in our culture right away. So remember, to stormproof your kids' finances, make them save for their car, help them out a little bit, and it'll give them that financial responsibility, understanding that they have to contribute to the things they want to do that are special. Hope this helps. Stormproof those kids, because you can either you can either train the kid or repair the adult. Have a nice day.